Hey everybody, your boy Dave back here again with CivOps Gear Review, reviewing all the EDC gear for everyone from the discerning civilian all the way to the experienced operator. Today we're going to do a quick comparison that I have been looking forward to doing for a long time now, and I finally have got both knives in my possession. The first one we've talked about already. It has become a fast favorite of most all of us, and that is the We Big Banter. We've already talked about this. Scroll down through some of my other videos and you'll see I just did it, a quick review of this knife 1 or 2 videos ago. The next one, what I've been looking forward to comparing to the We Banter for quite a long time now, is this, the SOG XR Pentagon. And you can see right off the bat why I have been looking forward to comparing these two knives. The We Big Banter, of course, made in China with a 3.6-inch blade with G10 scales. The SOG XR Pentagon, made in Taiwan, also a 3.6-inch blade, G10 scales. There are a lot of similarities between these two knives. One I would have to say is a little more EDC friendly. One I'd have to say is a little bit more geared towards the operator or officer or first line responder, if you will. Let's talk about some of the similarities real quick and some of the differences. First of all, they're both said to have a 3.6-inch DLC coated blade. And as you can see, they both have just about the same size blade. However, there is a difference in usable blade size. So let's take a look at that real quick. The We Big Banter really gives you just about 3 inches, maybe the slightest little hair under 3 inches of actual usable blade. Whereas the SOG XR really gives you every bit of just over 3.5, looks just about 3.6 of actual usable blade. Of course, the We has this beautiful finger choil which allows you to grip up on it, which is phenomenal. Excellent, excellent grip. You can hammer fist this. You can choke up on it using this finger choil, and this is a fantastic grip-friendly knife. The SOG does not have that finger choil because it has a flipper. And so you can see that it's minus that finger choil and really as much of a sharpening choil as the We has. However, the SOG has a couple other ways of deployment. The We is really dependent on your dual-sided thumb studs, and it deploys like a champ. The SOG does have thumb studs, which deploy not quite as smoothly as the We, but the SOG also has a flipper, which deploys beautifully. The SOG also has the SOG version of what all of us still call the axis lock. I'm from Chicago. The Sears Tower has been renamed, but nobody cares what its new name is. Everybody still calls it the Sears Tower. Similarly, this will always be an axis lock to me and many other people, much to many companies' dismay, because they've all named it something different. I think almost every company has one of these now. Kershaw just came out with this sort of a locking system in 2023. Maybe they had them in 2022, I'm not sure, but 2023 for sure. Also, I'm not positive why this SOG XR is not a gravity knife. Watch this. This really should basically be a gravity knife, because if you pull the lever back, this knife just deploys. Gravity pulls it out. You don't even have to flick your wrist. You just allow it to open. Anyway, so the SOG has multiple means of deployment. Now, we're talking about two great blades here. The We Big Banter, of course, uses 20 CV steel. And that, of course, is phenomenal. The SOG uses CTS XHP, which is also a very cool heat-treated heavy resistance steel. And let's talk about one of the differences real quick. Of course, your We uses this really nice drop point blade. However, it almost looks like a spear point blade. The SOG actually uses a spear point blade. What's very cool about the SOG, if you notice on the tip, they've actually sharpened just a little bit of the back edge of the blade. So that helps you with piercing. This knife really is, especially with the bloodline going through it, this knife really is made for piercing more than for a sort of EDC slicing like the We Big Banter. But you'll notice that with the two black blades, each measuring about 3.6, the thumb studs being in similar spots, similar distance back from the tip, G10 scales, and let's see, both knives coming in right about the same exact length. Look at that. They're both coming in right about 8 1/4, just a touch over 8 1/4. And I know that we're looking the same because I have both tips pressed right up against this solid straight line here. So I've been looking forward to this comparison for quite a while. Let's flip them over, take a quick look at the pocket clips. The We has this really nice, very deep pocket clip. So you can really make this whole knife basically disappear in your pocket. The SOG, on the other hand, has a clip that does look like a deep carry pocket clip because it has this same curve as a deep carry clip, but it sits lower down on the scale. So now it is reversible. You cannot, oh, I might have got a little chocolate or something on there. You cannot flip the clip so that you can carry it tip down. It is only tip up, but it is good for right or left. Also, because the We is a liner lock, it really is a more ideal for a right-hander. That action's beautiful, it just swings closed. Whereas the SOG, because it is an axis lock, and because you can reverse the pocket clip, this knife is absolutely ambidextrous. There is no difference in length on the thumb studs. So a lefty will have the exact same experience with this knife as a righty does. And that's very nice. That's a cool feature on a knife. There is absolutely no difference for a righty or a lefty. So if you've been thinking about any of these knives, there you go. I hope this is helpful. I have definitely been wanting to do this review and this comparison for quite a long time. I was excited to get the SOG in today. The SOG XR, I have to tell you, welcome back to the knife game, SOG. The XR Terminus was sort of SOG coming back into the knife game, but the Pentagon steps it up. The Pentagon is a very, very cool knife. They're also very similarly priced. $147 for the We, somewhere between $140, $147 for the We. The SOG was, and it still is, depending on where you're looking at it, going for, in some places, up to $200. But I just picked it up off of Amazon from a very respected seller for $138. $138, $147, and look at the similarities between these two knives. I don't know how you could possibly not compare these two. Made in Taiwan, made in China, 3.6-inch blades, G10 scales, both within, I mean, $15 of each other. So there you go. I hope this helps anybody looking for either one of these two knives. Of course, the We Big Banter, we're now in, what, February 23. since this knife just started hitting the market in December of 22, this has become a hugely popular knife for a lot of people. I have a feeling that a lot of people, however, especially amongst us knife folks, are still not maybe given the SOG the chance that it needs to become a major contender in the knife game again. But I'm here to tell you guys, the action on this knife is awesome. Welcome back to the game, SOG. You are a contender. You are back in the money, my friend. And there you go, guys. If this was helpful, please hit me up with a like, a comment. Make sure you share and subscribe to the channel. Share this video. And if you hated it and you want to tell me how dare you compare those two knives, then leave that in the comments. I will pretend I care that your comment is negative when in fact I'm celebrating that you left a comment in general. Hit me up with comments, and I'll see you guys on the very next CivOps gear review. Thanks for watching.